Welcome to SGE TV. My name is Brianna Brown and I am part of the class of 2019.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shamar Clifton, and I am part of the class of 2019.
This year, as ninth graders, you will complete your first SGE. I'm just curious as to know you actually know what a SGE is, how it's helpful, and what counts as a SGE.
To start off, we want to see what you think SGE stands for. Advisors, pause the video and record how many students vote for each multiple choice option. Question: what does SGE stand for? A. Summer Going Away Exposure. B. Soulsville's Great Experiences. Or C. Summer Growth Experience. Advisors, please pause now and count how many students voted for each answer choice.
If you voted for C, Summer Growth Experience, then you are correct. SGE stands for Summer Growth Experience, which means how did you grow this summer?
Now, before you start thinking that this is just another requirement, stop. SGEs are unlike anything you have done in school. There are opportunities for you to get involved with activities that interest you and match your personality. For example, I love to sing, so I have been able to participate in SGEs that help me develop my singing abilities. Each summer at my SGEs, I have learned more skills and met new people that can help me further my goal of singing.
No matter what your personality is, there is an SGE that can help you discover your passion. By the time you are a senior like me, you will be wishing you could still participate in SGEs. Now that we have introduced what SGEs are, let's talk about what you can actually do for a SGE this summer.
You actually have a lot of options. There are 5 broad categories of what counts as an SGE. Option 1, summer camp or academic program. The program you have selected must be at least 5 consecutive days long in order for it to fulfill your SGE requirement. There are so many options to choose from, both in Memphis and outside of Memphis. In the past, some students have done camps or programs at the Memphis Ambassadors Program or MAP, Bridge Builders, Teen Tech Camp at the Benjamin Hooks Library, and many more.
Option 2, internship or job shadowing. An internship or job shadowing is a great way to experience what the work experience is really like. In the past, students have had an opportunity to job shadow or complete internships at all sorts of cool places like Action News 5, Nami and local seafood restaurants in Cooper Young, Memphis Bar Association, summer law internships, just like the summer camp or academic program. The SGE option also needs to be at least 5 consecutive days long.
Option 3, work a job. Brianna and I are here to look out for you and make sure you get the best SGE available. That's why we are going to be really honest right now. As ninth graders, it is really unlikely that you will get a job. Companies are required by law to hire people that are ages 16 or older. That means if you are less than 16, even if a job really wants to hire you, they simply can't. We strongly recommend that you do not choose this SGE option this year. However, there is good news. Some SGEs offer stipends. A stipend is a fixed amount of money that you can earn by participating in an SGE. If you are interested in earning money this summer, be on the lookout for the word stipend when we advertise SGEs to you.
Option 4, the Soulsville Summer Service Program, or 3SP, is a 5-day volunteer camp at the Soulsville, usually during the first week of June. Students who participate work with different organizations around the city to positively impact Memphis by giving back to the community in fun and unique ways. In the past, 3SP students have built benches in the pagoda for the Soulsville Portables area, painted murals for buildings in South Memphis, registered voters throughout South Memphis, packaged thousands of pounds of food with my food.
Option 5. Volunteering is a great SGE option. Unlike the other options, you must volunteer for a total of 35 hours in order for this SGE to count. Also, you must volunteer with a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. In the past, students have volunteered at cool places like the Memphis Zoo, the Pink Palace, the Croc Center, Memphis Rocks, and many more.
Now we are going to talk about a lot of important SGE vocabulary. As a senior, I can tell you that the vocabulary terms you will learn today are going to follow you throughout high school. That will be important for SGEs and for the post-secondary applications that you will fill out during senior year and senior seminar.
Back up, Brianna. This is the second time in SGE TV you have used the word post-secondary. I think we should start there. What do you mean when you say post-secondary?
That's a great question. Shamar, post-secondary simply means after high school. Jot that down on your guided notes now.
That must mean secondary means high school.
Exactly. High school is also sometimes called secondary education.
All right, ninth graders, make sure you have the definitions for secondary education down now.
There is one more term you will hear me use a lot, and that is post-secondary pathways. At Southville, we understand that every student is unique. We want to support students in whatever it is they want to do in life. And we believe that the best way to support students to become their unique selves is through education. After high school, we want all students to complete post-secondary education, which could be four-year college, university, serving in the military, going to technical school, or attending two-year community colleges.
That's right, we are learning about all of those options in our senior year now. So, ninth graders, make sure you jot down the definition of post-secondary pathways now.
One of the best ways to make sure you have as many post-secondary pathways as possible is to make sure your grades are the best they can be. But SGEs will also help you explore different post-secondary pathways. For example, by staying on a college campus with SGE over the summer, you can start to see if that is the right post-secondary pathway for you.
Awesome. So at this point, we have defined post-secondary, secondary education, and post-secondary pathways. Now let's dive into some important SGE definitions.
Every SGE application is different. Today, we want to make sure that you know some important terms that are common on many but not all SGE applications. This way, you will feel confident applying to any and all SGEs that interest you.
Before we start defining important SGE terms, take a few minutes to try to match up the SGE terms with their definitions on your guided notes. Advisors, please pause SGE TV as students take 1 to 2 minutes to make sure some guesses and match the terms to the definitions on their notes.
All right, let's see if you were right. The first term we are going to discuss is GPA. Your GPA is your grade point average. Each letter grade is assigned a number, and then the average of those numbers is taken to give you GPA. SGEs want to see your GPA because it shows your average academic successes, as well as how much effort you have put in your classes. Jot down the definition for GPA on your notes now, even if you had it correct when matching.
This leads us to the term transcript. This is a term you will see on a lot of applications, and it is something you will hear a lot about when you apply to post-secondary pathways. Jot down the following definition for transcript. A transcript is the official record of the courses you have taken in high school and the grades you earned in each course. Your GPA is also listed on your transcript.
You may not know this, but there are staff members who are in charge of creating and printing transcripts for students. Ms. McCain, our SGE director, is one of those staff members. Make sure to add her email to your definition of transcript because she is the person who you will be reaching out to if you need a transcript for an application.
Thanks, Mrs. McCain. Alright, we're going to move on to another term that you will see and hear a lot, letter of recommendation. A letter of recommendation is written by a teacher or your advisor explaining the qualities and characteristics you possess that will make you a great fit for the program you are applying to. Now, I know some of you may think that your relationships with teachers are not important, but they definitely are. Teachers are the ones who will recommend you for SGEs and eventually will recommend you for your post-secondary pathway. You should start creating strong bonds with teachers now and showing them your best qualities in class. A strong teacher recommendation makes you stand out.
Another term that is similar to a letter of recommendation is reference. Some SGEs want you to list a reference. This must be a teacher or advisor and can never be a family member or a fellow student. When asked to submit a reference, you will need to provide the contact information of the teacher you would like to speak on your behalf. Usually, this means providing their phone number and email. Make sure you jot down the definition for references now.
That about wraps up our vocabulary lesson for today. Knowing these terms will be helpful on not only your SGE applications, but on your post-secondary applications as well. You will be hearing these terms all throughout your high school year.
And next week, these definitions will be helpful when you complete the advisory quiz at the beginning of SGE TV. So make sure you remember those definitions.
Before we go, we do want to explain how SGE TV will work. Each week, you will see a video that explains some important aspects of applying to SGEs. Actually, getting to participate in SGEs is fun, but it takes a lot of hard work in order to apply to programs. But don't worry, because between Brianna and I, we will be giving you all of the best tips in order to find an amazing SGE.
After the video, you will learn about different programs that have applications open. Each week, we will advise 2 to 3 new programs. If you don't hear about a program that interests you, you can wait until the next week to hear about a new program. Or you can do some independent research into programs that fit your interests.
Thanks for watching. After this episode, advisors, make sure that you play the commercial advertising the 9th grade programs that have applications open. See you next week.